Today's episode of What's the Score is brought to you by Audible.com. You can get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial by visiting audibletrial.com/WTS Sports Quiz. You can find over 180,000 titles to choose from through your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Broadcasting from the Attention Era Media Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this is What's the Score, the Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe, the man who believes that the scariest thing about October 2016 may be that the Minnesota Vikings are somehow now 5-0. And now here's the host of What's the Score, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, everybody. That is fairly terrifying, Game Master Scheibe, that the Vikings, with Sam Bradford as their quarterback, are undefeated.
I know my sister's going to be dancing.
Someone's got it, but anything could happen in Minnesota. So everybody's heard of Blair Walsh and the Anderson. They have a bad record with kickers for some reason. Either way, though, we are thrilled to have all of you join us here on another edition of What's the Score? The World Series just around the corner from pitching off, of course. We know some of the early games have been kind of chaotic, and it's just a great time. October is beautiful. The pumpkin spice lattes are in full bloom, and everybody is just thrilled. We do want to remind you, of course, that you can go and check out our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com, or go to social media, Facebook and Twitter, to sign up to play one of our games today.
You can also find the show on demand on Spreaker.com and the Sports Podcasting Network.
All right, let's meet our panelists this week. First up, he is an actor, an educator, director, and an avid football and golf watcher. It's Ken Williams.
That's me.
How you doing, Ken?
Living the dream, my friend. Living the dream.
That's what I love to hear. All right, next up, he is a sports host at WTMJ Radio and the host of Brewers Extra Innings. It's Matt Pauley.
Yep, that's also me.
2 for 2 so far. I like it. And finally, he is a musician, producer, and engineer in Milwaukee, along with a big Green Bay Packers fan. It's Tim Wolf.
Hello, everyone.
Is that also you?
Yes, that is
good.
also
Okay,
me,
I wanted to make sure. So we're 3 for 3. I love that.
Hey, what do you know?
Fantastic. Well, welcome to the show. We have 2 new panelists joining us this week, and Tim and Matt. Ken, you've been on the show before. Do you have any words of advice for the new panelists?
I have no recollection of the other shows.
Okay, perfect. So we are definitely off to a good start then. I love it.
Well, it's time to get this show on the road with our first contestant game. Joining us on the phone to play Quotable Context is Al Quartermont. Welcome to the show, Al.
Thank you.
All right, Al, you're going to be playing our first game called Quotable Context, where Game Master Scheibe will read you 5 quotes from this past week's news. You must correctly identify the context of each quote. Do that 3 out of 5 times, and you will win a What's the Score prize. If you do get stuck, you can ask one of our 3 panelists for a hint on one question. So make sure you choose wisely. Are you ready to play, sir?
I am ready.
All right, here is your first quote.
I have 3 rings. I don't need to ring chase.
That was Dwayne Wade this week revealing why he chose to play with the Chicago Bulls instead of joining what star-written team?
What star-written team?
Or star-filled, I should say. It's not star-written.
Star-filled team.
Star-filled team, yes.
Okay. I'm probably not gonna guess the Milwaukee Bucks for sure.
You're not wrong.
Let's see. Okay. Golden State Warriors.
No, that is incorrect, unfortunately. The Cleveland Cavaliers, actually. He said he didn't need to go back for the reunion with LeBron James, and everybody was like, well, why? Dwayne Wade, LeBron, they've talked about it, Chris Paul, and we thought everybody was going to kind of, go back to Cleveland. But, Dwayne's like, I've won 3 championships. Right. At this point, no big deal. All right, here is your next quote.
He looks like a Pringle guy. I don't consider those chips.
That was Martellus Bennett of the New England Patriots talking about what NFL governing man this week in an interview?
Would that be Roger Goodell?
That is correct, yes. Roger Goodell. Bennett was talking about how every player has a chip on their shoulder, and somehow that spiraled into what kind of a chip person Roger Goodell is, and then it all kind of just spiraled out of there. But has anybody else heard the interviews Martellus Bennett has done this season? It's kind of he's kind of odd.
Roger Goodell does look like a cheddar Pringle.
Does he? I mean, he's got the ginger hair. Like,
yeah,
what kind of
a little Trumpish, if you know what I'm saying.
I don't get the hatred for Pringles, though. They're
I was
delicious.
Gonna say, like, Pringles are fantastic.
They're great.
I never.
Yeah.
And there's way too much air in a can of Pringles for Roger Goodell.
Never thought about that.
Air is fine. It's not hot.
Chips in general, I feel like there's too much air for Roger Goodell. All right, here is your next question now.
Now, he's my good friend, but I have to disagree with him on this one.
That was Jimmy Johnson reviewing a discussion he and Terry Bradshaw had about what NFL quarterback should start again once he is healthy.
What NFL quarterback start again once he is healthy?
Mm-hmm. You do have a hint as well if you want it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and use that.
Okay. Would you like to ask Ken, Tim, or Matt for your hint?
Let's go with Ken.
Okay. Ken, how can you help him out?
Here's my hint. I'm certainly glad he's not playing for his home state.
Oh.
If
If you know where said
certainly
home
glad.
state is.
Yeah, that would help, huh? Let's see. So, gosh, I'm trying to rack my brain here to think.
He considers himself a
Well,
star.
That's
so it's
true.
an injured quarterback, right?
Yes, he is a current injured quarterback at the moment.
Would that be Tony Romo?
Yes, that is correct. Nicely done.
Okay, all right. Man,
More like
okay.
Tony Oh No, am I
took me
right?
a second.
All
right.
Terrible. It's interesting though. Tony Romo is 15-4 in the last 19 games that he has played. I'm a little. Has he been playing for the
Much
Dallas
more.
Cowboys? Like, I'm a little confused about how good Dallas has apparently been.
But he's always out by mid-season, so that 15.
Exactly. That's the
Over
thing.
a period of 8 years.
He's only played 19 total games since he's been a part of the Dallas Cowboys. All right, here is your next one, Al.
Baseball has a way of ripping your heart out, stabbing it, putting it back in your chest, then healing itself just in time for spring training.
That was Noah Syndergaard on Twitter this week after what team lost to the San Francisco Giants in the MLB wildcard game?
That would be the New York Mets.
Yes, that is correct. Syndergaard losing, obviously, a very surprising loss. Some may or may not say. The Giants, doing well. The wild card has been kind of chaotic as well with the Cubs, of course. And are you watching any wild card baseball, anybody at all, or do you have better things to do with your time?
Oh, yeah.
Football started.
Oh,
Football
no.
started, yes. You're like, now, Al, are you watching any wild card baseball at all?
Absolutely. NFL's boring.
Wow, interesting. So the NFL is boring, not the baseball playoffs.
Al, you just ripped my heart out.
It'll heal by spring training. It's fine.
Don't worry, preseason football will be here soon enough.
Next month.
Exactly. All right, Al, here's your final quote.
I've been out of control, but I'll be better now.
That was what NFL wide receiver that has seen his temper get the best of him recently?
NFL wide receiver that has seen his temper get the best of him recently. Oh, boy. Isn't that pretty much every NFL wide receiver?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, shoot.
There's been one that everybody, including ESPN, just
I'm sure
loves
it's
to talk
completely
about.
obvious, but as I said, I've been too busy watching baseball lately to pay attention to the
He's one of those wide receivers that has three names, or sounds like he would have three names, kind of, depending on how you write it or look at it.
rename. Okay. I'll take a wild stab. Darius Hayward Bay.
No, unfortunately. Odell Beckham Jr. actually is who we were actually looking for. So three. I mean, like I said, three names depending on how you write it, of course. But I mean,
Odell Beckham
Jr.
Is that what you said?
Yes, Odell Beckham Jr.
Okay.
Technically, there at the end.
Yeah. All right.
That little bit at the end. But yeah, Beckham has been
right.
kind of all over the place recently with his comments. People are freaking out because their fantasy teams are in the toilet because he's not producing, and now he's got a chance to play the Packers, so he'll probably score 500 yards tonight and 12 touchdowns. Like, it's just kind of how history rewrites itself against
And
the
they'll
Packers.
still lose.
Probably, yeah. They will still lose
I like
on
that.
the last second field goal or something like that. Game Master Scheibe, how did Al do on our quiz, sir?
Al got 3 out of 5 correct. He's a winner.
Hey, nicely done. Thank you so much for playing, Al.
And I want to note that Ken gets his first point of the day for that successful hint.
Hey, getting on the board early, Ken.
You're my guy, Al. You're my guy.
Love it.
Looks like we're heading to our first break now, but when we come back, our panelists will have their first crack at showcasing their knowledge of this week's sports news. Don't go away. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz.
So you're sitting at home probably right now thinking, hey, you know what? What's the Score? Sounds like a really fun show. I'm really enjoying my time listening. But you know what you're not doing? You're not signing up to be a contestant, and we want you to do that. Go to our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com, and click on the contact form, or fill out the contestant form on the front page of the website, or go visit us on Facebook, What's the Score, the Sports News Quiz, or on Twitter, at WTS Sports Quiz, and click on one of the social media posts that have Be a Contestant. You could win a great prize. You get to talk to Game Master Scheibe. You get to talk to me. You just get to have sports news quiz fun at the highest level. It seems like a pretty obvious thing, so why are you still listening? Go do that right now. Go be a contestant on What's the Score. We need you. But seriously though, thank you. I appreciate it.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to What's the Score, the Sports News Quiz. I'm your Game Master, Josh Scheibe. This week, our panelists are Ken Williams, Matt Pauley, and Tim Wolf. And now, here's your host at the Attention Era Media Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, everybody. Time now for our panelists to showcase their knowledge about this past week's sports news. Tim, we will start with you, good sir.
Great.
A fan at a Chicago Bears game last week apparently had nothing better to do with his time, so he decided to storm the field wearing what type of a costume?
Birthday suit kind of costume.
No, unfortunately not. He was wearing a gorilla suit, actually, and he had a shirt on that said that all lives matter as well, too. If people thought it was a stunt for Harambe or something like that, because people have been freaking it about
because like the Chicago Cubs kind of thing, trying to maybe draw a connection.
I thought he was selling tape.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, I can actually
It's glue, isn't it?
Glue? Tape?
Gorilla Glue?
Glue.
Oh.
It's a commercial, Baxter.
I thought you were,
They should get them to sponsor you. That'd be nice.
They'll be like, wait, you don't even know who we are at this point. I was like, I don't even know. I'm so sorry. But a very intriguing thing taking place, that's for sure.
Ken, the next one's for you. Fans of the Ryder Cup and of relationships as a whole got a good laugh when what golfer found himself alone on the final Team USA picture?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'd like a clue, please.
He has the best way to describe this gentleman is that he did make a couple of very key plays, obviously, throughout the entire Ryder Cup. But his first name almost sounds like a nickname. Like, it doesn't sound like it would be his full first name.
Skippy Johnson.
No, unfortunately not. Ricky Fowler,
Ricky Fowler.
is who we were looking for. Yes, if anybody has seen the picture, all of the couples basically, so everybody except for Ricky Fowler, they're kissing their wife or they're dipping them or cheering like in the team picture, and Ricky Fowler's just kind of like got this weird like bro status picture, just like like I don't need no woman, but it was kind of funny but kind of weird too, and a lot of people have been memeing it like my relationship status in one picture. It's like I don't even need somebody, but when you win the Ryder Cup, I guess, and you make lots and lots of money,
he doesn't care. Yeah,
exactly. His life is just fine. All right, Matt, question over for you. The Atlanta Falcons made a move this last week by signing what longtime notable NFL linebacker to their team?
Oh, goodness. I know they threw for like 500 yards and Julio Jones at 300 yards, but what? I don't know. I guess I need a hint.
You can ask for a hint. He played for the Green Bay Packers, and his brother-in-law is Brady Quinn.
Now I feel really dumb on this one. Goodness.
I'll give you one little bit more, okay? You
what?
had nothing
That's like
to,
three hints.
Okay, fine. I won't give him
Okay, yeah, don't give me...
So he played for the Packers, and his brother-in-law is Brady Quinn. That's kind of all I will give you. See if you can swoop in and figure this out.
Oh, goodness. Ohio State, right?
Yeah, you're on the right track.
Yeah. What is his name? Give me a second here. I can see him. I'm
glad you can see him.
I can see him.
The connection between Fowler and this guy, right?
I know, right? Gosh.
Oh,
ridiculous.
goodness. It's not coming to me.
A.J. Hawk. That's what we're looking for. Yes, A.J. Hawk. Played time with the Packers, played with the Bengals. He also hosts a show on Sirius XM as well with Brady Quinn. It's kind of a fun little show. You hear that too. But apparently the Falcons are so bad at defense, they decided to bring in one of the slowest guys in NFL history, basically, to play for them. Ken, you're obviously a Packers fan. You followed A.J. Hawk
I did.
for a while.
I got his jersey.
Yeah, exactly. Do you like seeing him back on a team, or are you just like, why are you still trying to play football?
I think that if they want to stop the run and they're running right at him, he's a perfect guy for their defense.
But if they like an
What if they go,
outside,
2 degrees to the left, 2 degrees to the left, to the right? He's like, well, I'll get him next time. My helmet comes off.
We would have had switch questions. We both would have gotten them right.
See?
Because I was good on yours.
Next time
Yes.
when you guys write the show, you can definitely
Okay.
do that. Okay, I like that.
Well, we're heading to a break, but when we come back, our second contestant will play a game about one of the best quarterbacks in the history of football. We'll be back in just a few minutes on What's the Score, the Sports News Quiz. What's the Score would like to take this time to thank one of our partners, Vavel USA, the international online sports newspaper, for their support. Head over to vavel.com/en-US today as they provide professional reporting on all major sports in the USA. Follow them on Twitter at Vavel_USA and go like their Facebook page for prime access to the ultimate source for sports coverage on the web. We here at What's the Score are proud to partner with a terrific organization like Vavel USA.
Well, hey everybody, this is Baxter. I just want to take a quick minute to point something out. We've been on the air for almost a year. It's amazing how long this show has actually been going on with all the other stuff that we have going on in our lives. But Game Master Shabby and I have worked really hard, and we are thrilled to continue to be on the air. But there's one thing that we haven't done a lot of so far. We haven't done a lot of live shows. So if you're sitting at home right now thinking to yourself, I really would like a great sports news trivia quiz show to come and do a live event at my church, at my fair, at my restaurant, at whatever, why not contact us? We'd love to come out and do it. Send us an email, wtsportsquiz@gmail.com, or visit the contact form on our website, wtsportsquiz.com. We'd love to chat with you and figure out if we can't come and do some crazy sports news trivia fun with you. All right, enough of this. Let's get back to the action. Game Master Scheibe, take it away.
Hello all and welcome back to the Attention Era Media Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is What's the Score, the Sports News Quiz. I'm Josh Scheibe, your game master. We have a great panel this week, Matt Pauley, Tim Wolf, and Ken Williams, and we'll have another round of questions for them in just a little bit. Before that, though, here's the host of What's the Score, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Coming up, we put our panelists to the test in our Name 5 Panelist Showdown. If you would like to join us on the air, why not visit our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com, and sign up to play today.
Playing our next game is Chris Davis. Welcome to the show, Chris.
Hey, thanks for letting me come on, guys.
Well, we are excited to have you, Chris. You may or may not know this, but October 10th marks the birthday of NFL legend Brett Favre, who recently, of course, got inducted into the Hall of Fame. This game that we've designed for you will test your knowledge on some of the silly and perhaps unbelievable things about the one and only gunslinger during his time with the Green Bay Packers.
Correctly answer 3 of these, and you'll win a What's the Score prize. If you do get stuck, you can ask one panelist for a hint on only one question, so make sure you choose wisely. Are you ready to play?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right, here is your first question. You need to tell us these little snippet stories that we will tell you if you think they are a true story about Brett Favre or a false story, okay? Just so you understand.
All right.
All right, here is your first little one. According to former Packers coach Mike Sherman, Favre had a fondness for filling up the showers with things to surprise his teammates. Favre said, "I'd fill the showers up with all sorts of junk, ice cubes, balloons, and all sorts of things." Apparently his favorite things, though, were those magic glow caps that would glow from the little pill-shaped things into these big, giant dinosaur foamy-shaped things. Is that a real story or a fake story about something Brett Favre did to his teammates?
I'm going to say that's fake.
That is correct. Yes, nicely done. Totally made up on that one. Brett Favre, a trickster, but apparently not that much. All right, here's your next one.
Brett Favre once asked backup quarterback Ty Detmer what a nickel defense was because he didn't know. Detmer said, "You're joking, right?" Favre said no, so Detmer explains they pull out a linebacker and bring in a DB. Favre said, "That's it?" Detmer said yes. Favre replied, "Who cares?"
Is that a real or a fake story about Brett Favre?
I'll say that's real.
That is correct, yes. It was about the second season that he was involved with the Packers, and apparently still figuring things out. It was a little after that third or fourth year anyway, he started to really figure out things in the NFL. So once you learn that nickel defense, it's different from the dime and the quarter and the $50 and all that other stuff. But anyway, all right, here is your next one. Former Packers wide receiver Antonio Freeman told people once that once when he was going to do an interview on TV in Los Angeles, he thinks he was talking about something about Mary. He decided to take a hot dog and stick it into his hat. So he basically had a hot dog sticking down out of his hat for the entire interview, and people were trying to figure out what exactly it was, and nobody really, wanted to tell him because he was Brett Favre. So did you think he actually or did not do an interview with a hot dog sticking out of his hat while he was in L.A. for a game?
I am going to say no.
That is correct, yes. For some reason, it seemed like something Brett Favre would do, but a hot dog in your hat?
Take a picture of it, but...
That's what we'll say. Anyway, all right, here's your next one, Chris.
Carolina Panthers coach Ron Rivera had just 7.5 sacks in his 9 seasons in the NFL. The last person he sacked was, of course, Brett Favre. Rivera told him, you're the last sack I ever got in the league. Favre replied, I didn't realize I was that slow.
Is that a true or a fake story about Brett Favre?
I'm going to say yes, that's true.
Yes, that is correct. I don't know if we have an official timestamp on when that final sack took place. I mean, Brett Favre was never known for being super fast, to my knowledge, was he? I mean,
no, he was pretty slow.
Not as shifty as Aaron Rodgers.
But Ron Rivera was pretty slow, too.
That's the thing. So he kind of goes, all right, Chris, let's see if we can get this last one correct as well. According to defensive end Jared Allen, Allen was quoted as saying, he had a way of slapping you so hard on your backside and leaving a handprint that you had to explain to your wife when you got home why you've got a man's handprint on your butt. Is that true or false?
We're going to go true on that.
That is correct, yes. It's a very tradition that we do on What's the Score as well. We slap everybody on the butt as well. It's a very bonding tradition that we do. Anyway, Game Master Shabby, how did Chris do on our quiz?
Honey, I'm coming home soon.
Chris got 5 out of 5 correct. A
all
perfect
right,
score.
all right.
He's a winner.
I'd slap you if you were here, Chris. All right, moving on. Panel, some more questions for you. Ken, we'll start with you. Jeremy Santucci was competing in a bike race in Milan this past week. Unfortunately, he crashed, but what did he do after he crashed in the race?
Santucci? I mean, he probably went and got a glass of wine.
Probably, yeah.
Give me a hint.
He so obviously you use something when you're in a bike race, and let's say he did not return it to his owner the way he found it, or
he kept another dude's bike, his wheel, he kept the dude's.
He didn't return it the way he got it, so you get it. You got a full bike.
Oh,
he didn't return it the way he got it.
He just gave back. He didn't give back the full bike. Hold on.
You're getting closer.
He gave him the seat. He gave him the bike without the seat.
No, that is incorrect.
Whoa! Don't be pressing that buzzer so fast.
We'll cut you off there. No, he broke the bike in half. He was so mad that he crashed.
He cracked.
So he took the bike and he slammed it into the ground and shattered it in half.
Shattered it.
Shattered it.
What bike is that?
I mean, those bikes are like half an inch thick, basically. So it's like.
So if I rode on it, it'd just like bend.
Basically, like the ground. Yes, but yes. To make even matters worse, of course, he was also borrowing the bike from a friend.
Oh,
have you ever borrowed anything from a friend and shattered it or broken it and been like, sorry?
Probably. I just tried to erase that from my memory.
It's a very traumatic time for you. I understand.
Yes. Pretend that you did not borrow in the first place. Hey, can you give that back to me?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I love to borrow that thing. What do you mean you don't have it?
We're not even friends.
Yeah.
Here's a piece of it.
Yeah. I found a spoke. There you go. Good luck, sir. Good luck.
All right, Matt, the next one's for you. Everyone wants to win, but one fan went so far as to do what during a recent Baltimore Orioles game to try to help his team out?
Recent Baltimore Orioles game. That wasn't the. It was in Toronto where the guy threw the beer can.
Yes.
Was that? Is that okay?
Correct.
There it is.
So
all right.
For it. Yep. Threw the beer can. He has been since found and banned and all that other stuff. And Baltimore was like, or Toronto. I was at Toronto.
Yes.
I think is where. And they're like, we're not going to sell beer cans anymore in the stadium. But we know Canada does things.
But next week, bat day.
Yes, bat day. Get your own metal bats. You can throw them into the stands and onto the field. But. Yeah, a very interesting thing. I mean, I don't necessarily condone things like this. I think you shouldn't do that. Let the players play. If you catch the ball, there's enough weird things that happen with sports that he could have, missed the ball or his glove could have magically broken. But it's like, why are you throwing beer out of the stands?
Why are you wasting beer?
Exactly.
That's more important.
Right?
Is it like Milwaukee's Best, like some like really cheap
Hey,
beer, or
hey,
like
Milwaukee's
Keystone? Like
It had to be Molson.
I
had
was
to be
just going to
Molson.
say,
Right.
dang it. I should have jumped on it.
Gotta just
I've
go
got a
after
Molson
it.
sign at home even.
do you
but,
really?
yeah.
I've never had Molson's. Like how much?
Either do I, but I'm like the number one rep for it. So
You like Molson's?
I'm just taking a safe bet on it that it's pretty good.
Number one, right? You just walk around screaming Molson.
Molson!
We love Molson!
I am French Canadian, so I mean, you know,
Oh, was this you? Were you at the Toronto game? Did you throw the?
I know nothing of what you're talking about. Anonymous source.
Moving on. Well, Tim, we'll stay with you, actually. Question here for you. Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown has been fined by the NFL after he decided to do what following a recent touchdown?
I can only imagine. I can think of 100 different things. May I please have a hint?
Yes, it is all the rage of the nightclubs right now. If you know, there's a lot of songs that involve you doing a certain thing with the part of your body that people are like, wow, you can do that with that part of your body. Cool. Or not.
Well, I'm going to tangent off here for a second, but
Please.
I've got a younger sister, so is it like a dance move or something like that? Or
It's
like
I mean, yeah, yes, the kids will say, yes, it's a dance move. But it's as adults, you look at it, you're like, why are you doing that? Like, that's weird.
Oh, man.
It's been around for about a couple of years now. There's songs, rap songs about it, like, oh, show me how you da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, like, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, there's like 10 songs that I can think of off the top of my head like that. I'm going to take a wild guess here, just kind of shooting off in the left field. You said, show me how to something. I know.
Well, I mean, anyway, yes.
are those specific lyrics?
It's not a specific lyrics. I'm saying, like, so this
Oh.
is a specific dance move is what we are looking for.
You said a few years ago, but I'm going to go with something more recent. Like Whippin' Nene?
No, unfortunately not. He was twerking. He was twerking in
Twerking.
the end zone. Twerking and hip thrusting, apparently.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
He
a
was
little
brown for
inappropriate.
twerking a few weeks ago, and then he just scored this last weekend. And he scored twice and did the two-pump rule, apparently, from Key and Peele, as many folks will know. Just a quick little boom, boom. And NFL's like, nope, that's
Still
far
not
too
good
much.
enough.
No hip thrusting, no fun, no anything.
I almost said dabbing on him, but I feel like that would have been too obvious.
That's
like
Cam Newton.
Yeah,
It's
right,
like,
exactly.
He never got fined last year for all the dabbing that he
No.
did. Did anybody else realize that since Cam Newton has not dabbed this year, the Panthers just continue to lose and just are not playing well?
Yeah.
Power
Well, he
of the
pulled
dab.
out that new dance, and it was.
I haven't even seen the new dance.
It's an odd little dance.
Is it?
Yeah, it's it's not
hip
quite a
thrust?
twerk.
Is the
No,
two-pump
there
roll?
is no hip thrust.
Okay.
There is no thrusting of the hip, and that's part of the problem. He doesn't have the mobility he used to.
Exactly. It's all
He's
those
getting old.
concussions, I guess.
Right.
It's terrible.
If he
Poor
twerks
guy.
too much, he'll break a hip.
Yeah, right. Like, oh.
Well, it's time for another break, but don't worry, we'll be right back, and our panelists will have another chance to answer some questions about this week's sports news. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz.
Hey guys, this is Baxter. I want to take a quick minute to let you know that we've changed a couple of things here at What's the Score. The show will no longer be broadcast live on Sunday afternoon or evenings anymore. Instead, you can find the show every Monday morning on demand, right at your fingertips at 8 a.m. Central Time. Go and download it on iTunes, visit us on Spreaker.com, or go to our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com, to get the most recent show and past shows as well. It's the best way to keep in touch with everything that What's the Score is doing. So once again, no more live shows, but go and download it, iTunes, Spreaker.com, and What's the Score, WTSSportsQuiz.com.
James Corsmo of TitletownSoundoff.com here with the man they call Bobo.
Howdy.
And we want to tell you a bit about our podcast, Titletown Sound.
We're fans of the Green Bay Packers, as I'm sure many of you are, and we know there are plenty of opinions out there, but we think we give you some unique takes that vary between the level-headed and sensible, all the way to the entertainingly absurd.
That's our specialty, the entertainingly absurd.
Sure is. We've got other hosts to talk sensible-like.
So the website is Titletown Sound Off, and the podcast is Titletown Sound?
That's right.
So the podcast just leaves off the off.
Yes.
So fans of the Packers should go in to TitletownSoundoff.com to get into the podcast.
Exactly.
That's a lot of prepositions.
Sure is, James. It sure is. Now back to two of my favorite prepositions on the interwebs, Baxter and Josh.
Those are nouns.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back to What's the Score, the Sports News Quiz, and thanks for listening in. We're broadcasting from the Attention Era Media Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe. We're here with Tim Wolf, Ken Williams, and Matt Pauley, and here, once again, is your host of What's the Score, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Had a fantastic show so far.
Taking his shirt off.
I'm not taking my shirt off. No one can see it anyway. Why does it matter? But if you do want to see, you can go to our Facebook and Twitter pages, and you can see pictures there. What's the Score and WTS Sports Quiz. There we go. Time now for a segment we like to call Stump the Scheibe. You all right, Ken? You need a moment?
I just can't wait for Shabba to dive in again.
So the way this segment works is Game Master Scheibe is given 2 sports facts. One is real, one is made up. He must tell us which one he thinks is the correct answer. Do you want to have Ken Williams help on this one?
That's probably not a good idea.
Okay.
He wants to win.
I was going to say, I think I'm on a streak.
I think so. I think you're on like two right. You're kind of like the Vikings. You start off kind of iffy, and you've got a chance here.
Exactly.
So we'll see if you can get into the playoffs. All right. Here are your 2 sports facts. Fact number 1. Punters have the longest average NFL careers at 4.5 years. Punters have the longest NFL average of playing careers. Number 2, the Denver Broncos got their name thanks to their founder, Jim Bronco Alexander. So punters have the longest average NFL careers at 4.5 years, and the Denver Broncos got their name thanks to their founder, Jim Bronco Alexander.
I feel like the average age, or not average age, excuse me, average playing career for an NFL player would actually be longer than that. I could be wrong.
Punters too, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're people too, but like
not really.
Yeah, exactly. I was a punter once.
Sorry, what was the second one again?
Denver Broncos got their name from their founder, Jim Bronco Alexander. That's how they got their team name, or their mascot, rather.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the second one then.
With Jim Bronco Alexander? That would be incorrect.
Oh.
No, unfortunately.
3 years, right?
Of course, Ken knows this, and I should have taken you up on the offer.
But I'm talking for every other player.
I think so. The average is about 3 years. It's very rare nowadays that you're actually good enough and or stay healthy enough to last.
Unless you're A.J. Hawk.
Just keep on rolling somehow. Somebody keeps offering you jobs. They're like, no, AJ, no, we don't want
Tony Romo only play half a season.
That's right.
He's 15-4. He's
got 2 years to go.
Exactly. All right, time now for our last slate of questions for our panelists this week. I believe Matt gets the first question.
He does. The NFL announced this week that what troubled player was reinstated and once again available for any team to sign?
Johnny Manziel.
Yes, that is correct. Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football. If Dak Prescott wasn't playing so well down in Dallas, do you think the Cowboys would sign Johnny Manziel? We know Jerry Jones is all about that Johnny Manziel life, but I mean, is he really actually going to get a job again in the NFL? Is Cleveland that desperate?
I was going to say, it's got to be a desperate team.
Him and Tim Tebow are going to start their own league.
Oh, that would be kind of contradicting itself. It's like the good angel and the bad angel, like on your shoulders.
The heaven and hell league.
Maybe Manziel will do what Tebow's doing and go to baseball.
He's got a good arm on him. That's the thing. I don't know what to make of Johnny Manziel. Like, I know he had that suspension. I know he supposedly is back at class at Texas A&M too, but I just don't know what to. I don't know. I don't think anybody in their right mind should give him a job again because he hasn't earned it. He proved number one on the field. He's an awful quarterback, and then he's got bad off-the-field issues too. I don't know. Tim, question for you. Before the annual Ironman World Championships take place in Hawaii, which I know you're a big fan of, what other special event has participants bear it all to compete in?
I'm going to need a hint on this one as well.
Okay. SpongeBob SquarePants usually is made fun of anytime this makes an appearance during the show.
What? You were ready with that hint.
He was hoping he would ask for that hint.
It was up all night prepping that hint.
Man.
Yes.
SpongeBob SquarePants. What does he have to do with the Iron Man?
Isn't he always made fun of? This has nothing to do with the Iron Man. This is the event that takes place before the Iron Man. Do I need to read the question again? Were you not listening to me, Tim? You have one job.
You're just stuck thinking about SpongeBob SquarePants.
Now I'm going through like every episode.
Hey, hold on. No, hold on.
We'll be here a while.
No. David Hasselhoff.
All right, I need to understand the question one more time.
Okay.
And then I'll be good.
So before the Iron Man Championships take place, there is another event, not the Iron Man. There's a totally different
separate event. Yes.
Where participants bear it all to participate in. Some people only are allowed to wear one thing. Some people are allowed to wear two things. It all depends on how you look at it.
You said one and two things. I can swimming, like diving.
But like if you're wearing it though, like what are you wearing? I want to know what you're wearing that you have participated in this event, because it's a run. It's a run. People are running, but what are they wearing to run? Got nothing. Not a chance. Not a chance. No,
Nope.
It's the underpants race. People will literally wear like whitey tighties or just rather bras and underwear, and they will run this like 5K. And they've raised $270,000 doing this event over the last 20 years.
I suppose.
Yeah.
You're willing to bet somebody dropped down $100,000 just so I wouldn't run it.
Would you actually do that if you knew it was for a good cause? Would you run in either underwear or like spandex, or like some people like really get into it, and some people are like, oh look, I'm wearing my little man thong. It's like, why?
I think there's an underwear bike race that goes through Milwaukee every summer.
My brother actually participates every single one. Yep.
Painful.
He enjoys the view.
Okay. I was going to ask if there was like
Moving
chafing or
on.
crashing.
Ken, the next question's for you.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
After winning their first 3 games of the season, outscoring their opponents by 170 points, Archbishop Murphy High School is now facing what problem?
Oh, nobody wants to play them.
Yeah, that's correct.
Refusal. I remember seeing that story,
Yeah.
Put that point down.
I just did. We're good.
I was excited.
Okay.
Woo! Anyway, then the next 3 schools that they had to face all forfeited their games. It's interesting too. Archbishop Murray just isn't big. Some of their players are actually the size of college and pro players. They have 6 players weighing at least 250 pounds and 3 over 300 pounds. These kids are in high school.
Right.
In high school. Do you support the fact that teams are forfeiting? Like I've heard,
I don't think
mixed arguments.
I don't think they should forfeit, but I mean, because one thing, as I saw the story, and the problem is that they're able to recruit from around the area. They can't just
exactly.
So I think if they want to stay, they have to either find those schools, and if they can recruit from everywhere, they have to start playing everywhere. They got to start spreading their.
If you were
wings.
a coach for an opposing team, would you make your players play?
Absolutely.
Even if you knew you were going to your kids might get injured.
They might get creamed, but they would. There'd be a towel to throw. Say, okay, that's too much, but
sure,
this is something that they have to see in order for the league to put them up to a division. I think they're Division 2.
I think something
to move them up to
yeah.
Division 1. They have to see exactly how lopsided the games are.
Exactly. I mean, this is high school. It's not like it's the NFL where you've got one team that's just rolling everybody. Kids are going to graduate. Kids are going to get bigger, smaller, etc. I mean, I don't necessarily know. It's interesting though. That's for sure.
The fact that the average age is 25 is a little different.
That's for Johnny Manziel's plan. I don't know how that worked out.
Well, folks, it's time for me to break up the fun once again, but when we come back, our final contestant will play our last game for the week. Don't go away. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz.
Hey guys, this is Baxter Colburn. Just want to take a quick minute to remind all of you to go check us out on social media. You can go find us on Facebook by searching for What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. And while you're on our Facebook page, why not invite some of your friends to come like our Facebook page as well? You can go and check out all the great recordings that we do, behind-the-scenes pictures. You can see the different videos we do with a lot of our panelists as well, and just get to know What's the Score a little bit better as well. Also, go check us out on Twitter at WTS Sports Quiz and at WTS Sports Quiz on Instagram as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the 3 most powerful things on the social media spectrum right now, and What's the Score is on all of them. Go and check us out today.
Welcome back, everyone. This is What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. I'm Josh Scheibe, your game master. Our Name 5 panelist showdown is coming up, but first we'll be playing Which Sport Is It? Here to get the game going is your host at the Attention Era Media Studios here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, everybody. Just a reminder, we need to go check out our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com. You can find out our upcoming shows, get past shows as well, and see who tops our panelist leaderboard.
Time now to welcome in our last contestant. Playing this week's final game is Keith Henney. Welcome to the show, Keith.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Well, happy to have you, Keith. All right, Keith, you're going to be playing a game called Which Sport Is It? As you probably know, the sports world is full of so many weird names and terms and everything to describe what takes place on the court or on the field or the badminton pitch. Or anyway, we put together a game here of some interesting terms that we thought would hopefully help people learn more about some certain sports.
In this game, which we call Which Sport Is It?, we'll give you 5 sports terms, and you must tell us what sport that term commonly belongs to. Correctly answer at least 3 questions, and you'll win a What's the Score prize. Remember, if you do get stuck, you can ask one panelist for a hint, but only one time, so choose wisely. Are you ready to play?
Ready to go.
All right. Your 3 sports you have to choose from this week are baseball, hockey, and basketball. Okay, so we'll read you a term, and you must tell us which one of those 3 sports the term belongs to. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, your first term. If we said the word duster, what sport would we be referring to? Baseball, hockey, or basketball? Duster.
Duster. Go with hockey.
Yes, that is correct. Nicely done. Duster is a derogatory term for a player who always sits on the bench because they collect dust, as it were. All right, here is your next one.
If we said and one, what sport would we be referring to? Baseball, hockey, or basketball?
Basketball.
Yeah, that is correct.
Thank you.
A free throw is awarded to a shooter who is fouled in the act of scoring. The signals are always fun. They hit their hips and they're like, yeah, one, and people are like, woo. All right, here is your. Don't people usually go woo after the foul or no?
Yay! He's almost hurt.
All right, here's your next one, Keith. If we said goon, what sport would we be referring to? A, baseball, B, hockey, or C, basketball? Goon.
Hockey.
Yeah, that is correct.
Right.
A general term for either an enforcer or a pest, depending on the situation. That's what we call Ken on a daily basis. You're goon, your panelist goon.
I'm like Racky from Youngblood.
Yeah, there you go. All right, here's your next one, Keith.
If we said Memphis Attack, what sport would we be referring to? Baseball, hockey, or basketball?
Memphis Attack. How about basketball?
That is correct, yes.
All right.
Another name for the dribble drive motion. All right, here is your final one. If we said ate 'em up, what sport would we be referring to? A, baseball, B, hockey, or C, basketball?
Can you repeat that one more time?
Yes, if we said ate him up, like you're eating, nom nom nom, ate him up.
Ate him up.
Yes. Baseball, hockey, or basketball?
Ate him up. How about baseball? We haven't said that one yet.
There you go. Yes, it is baseball. It's a slang expression of the action of a batted ball that is deflected for a fielder to handle. Ate him up. Game Master Scheibe, how did Keith do on our game?
Keith got 5 out of 5 correct. A perfect score.
Hey!
He's a winner.
All right. Way to go, Keith. Thanks for playing, sir.
The moment you've all been waiting for is almost here. Stick around and listen to our panelists duke it out on the Name 5 Panelist Showdown coming up right after the break. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. Hello all, I'm Josh Scheibe, your game master here at What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. Thanks for listening in. I may not know much about sports, but what I do know about are our social media pages. Check us out on Facebook at What's the Score, or Twitter and Instagram at WTS Sports Quiz. Thanks very much for listening.
Hey everybody, just want to take a quick minute to remind you to go and check out our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com. It has all the latest information about WTS and everything that's going on. Find out more information about Game Master Scheibe. Check out the blog section to see what our latest articles are, or even go and check out our panelist leaderboard, our archive, and all the numerous other things that you can find by visiting us at WTS Sports Quiz. And if you want to be a contestant, why not fill out our contact form or our contestant form and let us know if you want to be a part of our terrific show today. Thanks so much for listening, and let's get back to the action.
Hello and welcome back. Thanks for listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe. Our panelists have been warming up for their final showdown. While they get ready to rack their brains, here is your host at the Attention Era Media Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, everybody. We have had a terrific show. We are thrilled to get to our Name 5 Panelist Showdown. We do, of course, want to remind you, though, that we are headed out to the great city of Milwaukee. We're already here, of course, but we're going to go about 2 blocks down the road for our second live show taking place. We'll be at Major Goolsby's on October 18th from 6 to 8 p.m. If you're in the Milwaukee area, come on out and check out the show. It's a Tuesday night from 6 to 8 at Major Goolsby's. Check out our Facebook page as well. What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz for more information. Game Master Shabby, what time is it?
It's time for the Name 5 Panelist Showdown. Our panelists will be given 4 topics in which they will have 10 seconds to name 5 people, teams, places, or things related to the sports world. Each panelist will have the same category. However, they cannot repeat answers. 1 point is awarded for each correct answer.
Game Master Scheibe, can you please give us the scores, sir?
I can. Tim right now has 0 points, and Matt and Ken are tied with 2.
Oh, all right, all right. So, Tim, you will be leading us off, sir. All right, your category to start us off will be naming 5 non-animal NBA mascots. Non-NBA animal mascots. Okay? All right, I'm sorry. Non-animal mascots in the NBA. That makes sense. So NBA teams that don't have an animal. I think we finally got there. Okay? 10 seconds, and begin.
The Warriors, the Cavaliers. I started so strong on that.
Still got time.
Yes, I do.
You got 2. Okay,
It's
no
that
problem.
time.
No problem. All right, we will go over to you, Matt. 10 seconds. Remember, no repeating answers. Non-animal NBA mascots. 10 seconds and begin.
Thunder, Wizards, Mavericks, Spurs, Raptors.
Non-animal.
Raptor is an animal. Okay. Yes, it is. It's like a dinosaur, kind of.
Game Master Scheibe,
I'm going to say not the Raptors.
Okay, so not the Raptors. So you got 4, Matt.
All
Okay.
right.
Ken, over to you, sir. 10 seconds and begin.
The Knicks, the Nets, the tables, the chairs, the houses, and the apartments.
There you go. Wow, he got 5.
2.
Unbelievable.
What? Come on, are you
Absolutely
kidding me?
Incredible. You
He
got
never-
2.
Oh.
Boston Celtics, anybody?
Celtics!
Chairs.
They're
Celtics.
animals, though.
I don't know. All right, let's go to round number 2. Matt, we will start with you. You'll be naming 5 Major League Baseball teams. 10 seconds to name 5 Major League Baseball teams, okay? And begin, sir.
Brewers, Cardinals, Cubs, Pirates, Reds.
There you go. That is your NL Central.
It
Nicely
is.
done. All right, well done. We clap for the 5ers on the show. Well done, well done. Over to you, Ken. 10 seconds, and go.
Yankees, Braves, Diamondbacks, the Blue Jays, and the other one, the Reds, the Red Sox.
Red Sox. There you go. I was like, the Reds were set. He got 5. Nicely done. He found it. It's always funny to watch people's trains of thought. It's like, we're here in this country, we're over there, we're now over there.
Right.
Well done. All right, Tim, over to you. 10 seconds, and go.
The Mets, the Angels, the Dodgers.
He got 3.
And now you're going to think of like 20.
Right?
I already have like 10 in my head.
Yeah, as soon as it stops, you're like, oh my gosh, it's all there again. It's all good. All right, round number 3. Ken, you'll be leading us off. You'll be naming 5 current NFL wide receivers. Current NFL wide receivers. 10 seconds and begin.
Odell Beckham Jr., Darius Haywood-Bay, Pierce from Miami. Come on, the other guy.
You got 2. All right, Tim, over to you.
Boo!
Yes. No. 10 seconds. Current NFL wide receivers. Go.
Adams on the Packers.
There you go.
You've also got Julio Jones.
There you go.
You've also got pressure's on. You've also got
Okay, he got 2. Let's see if Matt can not crack under the pressure here.
Oh.
All right, Matt, 10 seconds. You've got a lot of receivers left.
Wow.
Begin.
Jordy Nelson, T.Y. Hilton, Andre Johnson, I think, is still in the
still
league.
playing.
Okay, so there's 3. Oh, goodness.
Ooh,
that
you
went
got
by fast.
3. I was like,
was
you
enough,
guys,
though.
like the Packer fans in the room. I'm like, Hardy Nelson, Randall Cobb,
Too easy.
Ty Montgomery, Jeff Janis. Okay, anyway. All right, Game Master Scheibe, as we head into our final round, what are the scores?
Tim's in third with 7 points. Ken is in second with 11, and Matt's in the lead with 14.
Hey, all right. So, Tim, you will lead us off in our final round. As we mentioned to you off air, the way it works is you will get 10 seconds to name as many of a certain topic, okay? Not just 10, not just 5, as many as you can.
yes.
Okay? So you are going to be naming as many as you can, current NFL offensive players. Okay? 10 seconds, as many as you can. And begin.
Eddie Lacy, Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson. You've got Adams on the Packers. You've also got Julio Jones. I'm going to go back to those. You've also got Tom Brady. You've also...
All right, he got 6. Why is it Adams on the Packers?
I don't know.
Adams on the Chargers.
He's got a random number.
Gotcha.
That's what it is.
Fair enough. All right, what are we looking at now, Game Master Scheibe, after Tim's round?
Tim got 6 on that round, so he has 13 points.
Okay.
Ken needs 2 to tie him and 3 to go into the lead.
Okay, Ken, you are up next since Matt is
not the lead, excuse me.
Yes,
to go
surpass Tim.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Ken, 10 seconds to name as many as you can current NFL offensive players. Begin.
Tony Romo, Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, Odell Beckham Jr.
He got 3. OBJ was already said. All right, so what is Matt looking at, Game Master Scheibe?
They're tied right now at 14. So.
Okay, so Matt literally just needs to get one name in 10 seconds.
Don't do it.
No pressure, Matt. All right, 10 seconds and begin.
Jared Cook, Jeff Janis, C.J. Anderson, Trevor Siemian, Paxton Lynch.
There you go. He got 5 total. All right, Game Master Shabby, what are the final scores this week?
The final scores are Tim in third with 13, Ken in second with 14, and Matt's the winner with 19 points.
Hey, all right. Congratulations, Matt.
Thank you.
Always a bridesmaid.
One day, Ken, you will kiss your name 5 frog at some point, and it will work out for you. Let's start with you, Ken. We always like to talk to our panelists briefly after the showdown, after the full show. You're back again. You gave it your best, man. You tried your best.
Thanks.
Game plan just really didn't seem to click for you this week. How you feeling about this?
I don't know. I feel a little lost.
Do you?
I feel like I think I'm gonna go home and sit in a bubble bath, have a nice bottle of sherry, and just drink my troubles away. Put some candles, a little Barry Manilow. It'll be good.
So not the Packers game.
Oh yeah, the Packers game. Totally. I'm gonna go and watch Packers.
The Packers game.
I'm gonna drink beer and eat chips.
Yeah, manly thing.
Yeah,
You've got like a couple hours before kickoff.
Right. That's what I'll do.
Okay, fair enough. Matt, your first time on the panel with us. Apologies for the chaos at times, but we are thrilled to have you here. What did you think of your first time?
It was fun. I enjoyed it. I didn't get the A.J. Hawk question at the beginning. His name just couldn't come to me, and I thought I was in really rough shape at that point. So, it's really
when you have to lead an A.J. Hawk to see how you're going to do, anything can really happen.
That is true. So, but this was fun. This was enjoyable.
Good. I'm so glad you were able to join us. Tim, your first time as well on the panel. I mean, you got there eventually. Figured out the underpants and Adams from the Packers and all that. But I mean, what did you make of your first time on the show, sir?
Well, I'm just happy I got out of the donut hole zone. I was on the board. That was
got some
quite
points.
inspiring. Yes,
you weren't shut out.
Yes, exactly. That's the goal.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that? I feel like that is. But no, we appreciate you being on the show this week. What's the Score has been a production of the Sports Podcasting Network. A very special thanks to our contestants and studio audience here at the Attention Era Media Studios. Our panelists this week have been Tim Wolf, Matt Pauley, and Ken Williams. Our social media producer is Tony Larson. Our social media staff is comprised of Emily Heffler and Christian Gill. Our theme was composed by Danny Hoffenstein. Our show producers were David Bobke and Caleb Pearson. And the executive director of What's the Score is Liz Colburn.
I've been your game master, Josh Scheibe.
And I've been your host, Baxter Colburn. Mark it on your calendars, October 18th. We'll see you next time at Major Goolsby's. For all of us here, we will see you next time, of course, on What's the Score.